Research is an integral part of human development. Some research is of great importance. Some is only useful locally. There are very serious studies among scientific communities, but there are also very funny ones. Today on Facts in Box, we'll discuss the 7 strangest studies. Cats are fluid. The Ig Nobel Prize for Research in Physics in 2017 was awarded to Marc-Antoine Farding's work on the rheology of cats. It proves that cats can simultaneously be in a liquid and solid state of matter. In other words, they are both solids and liquids. The scientists prove this hypothesis on the basis of the fact that cats tend to take the form of the container they lie in. It's not clear whether the proof applies to domestic cats or all members of the cat family, but it is known that adult cats fill the container faster than kittens. Women drive better. Scientists came to this conclusion after analyzing 585,000 traffic violations in the UK in 2017. Men broke more traffic laws of every kind. They sped more often, parked incorrectly more often, drove while intoxicated more often, received fines for reckless driving more often, and they applied for insurance payments much more often than women. 65% of insurance cases were the fault of male drivers. Now, insurance premiums for women drivers in the UK are £100 less than men's on average. Career place. Scientists have proven that there is a connection between a person's career and his place in the back row of a car. Here's a life hack for parents. If you want to help your child become successful, try to put him in the center back seat more often. British scientists are sure that children who regularly sit above the transmission tunnel have a good chance of becoming businessmen or occupying leadership positions. Having studied more than 200 families, each of which had at least 3 children, researchers found that 90% of the children who sat in the center seat now occupy higher level positions than those who did not. Scientists attribute this to the fact that such a position forms certain character traits in the child that help them achieve a rapid ascent through the career ladder. Woman in red. As part of this study, the researchers decided to check whether men's attitude changes towards women depending on the color of their clothes. In one experiment, psychologists interviewed a large number of men who were asked to put themselves in the following situation. Imagine that you are going on a date with this woman and you have $100 in your wallet. How much are you willing to spend on this date? Men were shown photos of different women dressed in different colored clothes. As it turns out, the men were willing to spend more money on women who were dressed in red. In all subsequent experiments, women dressed in red or wearing some red piece of clothing were rated more sexually attractive than women who wore a different color. One of the theories that explain the result of the study is the presence of deep biological roots, because male primates, such as baboons and chimpanzees, are attracted to females that have a red tint on various parts of the body. Hip-hop and R&B. Psycho music? Scientists from New York University have found that psychopaths prefer to listen to hip-hop and R&B. They conducted a study involving 200 volunteers, which in turn included 260 compositions of various genres. During the experiment, it turned out that participants with obvious manifestations of signs of psychopathological syndrome turned out to be fans of hip-hop and R&B, and the track Lose Yourself by rapper Eminem was most popular among psychopaths. Named cows produce more milk. Attention farmers, this information may be useful to you. Do your cows have names? If not, then you better start naming them. As Catherine Douglas and Peter Rawlinson of the University of Newcastle found, named cows produce more milk than nameless cows. This study involved more than 500 farmers from all over the UK. According to statistics collected over the course of 10 months, cows produce an average of about 7,500 liters of milk. But Douglas and Rawlinson found out that named cows produce as much as 260 liters more. Many farmers already believed that naming your cows made them produce more milk, but it was the British who first proved it scientifically. Does the cost of a placebo make it more or less effective? The placebo effect is not well understood, although a number of studies confirm its effectiveness in cases of depression, pain, and other health conditions. This did not prevent a group of scientists from the United States from conducting an experiment to prove the connection between the price of a placebo and its effectiveness. The participants were 12 real patients with Parkinson's disease. Scientists informed them that they would administer 2 drugs with the same composition, but with different costs. The first cost $1,500 and the second cost $100. The injections were actually a normal saline solution and did not contain any active elements. After the introduction of the first drug, most of the participants felt noticeable relief. After the introduction of the second, no changes were observed. At the end of the study, patients were told that they were given a placebo. 8 of them said that they initially believed in the effectiveness of a more expensive drug. The other 4 participants said that they did not associate efficiency with price. Which of these studies did you find the most ridiculous? Let us know in the comments below. We read every single comment we get. Until next time on Facts Inbox.